The dark side of the Force is a pathway to many abilities some consider to be unnatural.
I love gold!
Pillow Talk is back, baby. I don't even know what episode it is. We've been going long and hard, and as always, we like to keep you up all night. I'm your boy Franklin, at BugTV Franklin, and I'm joined by the coolest dude of my whole world. I can't even say co-pilot, because I'm the scrub on the passenger side of my uncle's car, trying to holler at me.
You're hollering at yourself, huh?
I'm hollering at babes from the Miata that I don't get to drive.
Do you think there's a very specific, and I should know this because I'm canonically pansexual, but I don't. Do you think there's a very specific subsect of gay people of any star or stripe, be they man, woman, beast, or child, who are only attracted to people who look exactly like themselves?
Wow. I never thought of that. Somebody who's only attracted to somebody who looks like themselves. So you mean like John Goodman, if he was that way, he would only be attracted to like Jeff Garlin. If he was alive, he would only be attracted to like Jeff Garlin, essentially, and like George Wendt.
And George Wendt, yes.
Like that's all he'd be attracted to. Like that's the pinnacle of man.
Chris Farley.
And Chris Farley, yeah. He'd be attracted to only big fellas. But Howard, where do we broadcast this? Howard, where do we broadcast this podcast?
Where we broadcast the podcast from the king-sized bed, located today in beautiful Coral Gables, Florida.
Oh, you fancy, huh?
That's
fancy,
right.
Huh?
We uprooted our. We have a tiny house and we take it on the road. And today, we're squatting behind a Whole Foods.
It's a mobile studio apartment in Coral Gables tonight, and we broadcast from our king-size bed. We're the only podcast that broadcasts from a king-size bed. You don't see any boys doing that. Hint, hint. You know, they don't share a bed. They don't even share an apartment. One of them has a wife, and he doesn't even do the Borat impression when he references her.
That
you believe that, Howard?
Sick. That makes me sick.
Yeah? Well, what can you do? They're class acts, so they're supposed to do right by me, and they're gonna have me on, you know. So hopefully they don't back out, because the Doughboys might like to have the Golden Plate Club, but I don't deal with golden plates. I deal with the whole buffet, and that's what I'll be bringing to them.
The Golden Wuss.
The Golden Wuss.
Yeah.
Who gets the Golden Wuss, Howard?
Well, hopefully I do. If you know what I'm saying.
Oh, Lord. So every night before me and my Uncle Howard go to bed, we like to pick some fine cinema to watch. We are real cinephiles. We love the movies. Uncle Howard, you have the Time Stone access. You've accessed a few Hollywood premieres in your day, haven't you?
Oh, I've been to many Hollywood premieres, and it's funny you bring that up because that's the one thing that's not funny to me is how far you've grown distant from me since your Hollywood premieres account. Ever since you've been getting tweeted at by the likes of Hollywood celebrities like Judy Tenuta and the Coral Gables mayor, whose name I forget.
Richard Grieco?
Richard Grieco, I just feel like you don't have any time for me anymore. I don't remember the last time we've wrestled all the way, and maybe some of the few times that we have wrestled all the way, I could tell your heart just wasn't in it, and I guess you just forgot a little bit about old Uncle Howard.
I didn't forget about you, Howard. I did not forget about you. I don't even really want to. I mean, I'll tell you, you know, this has been a whirlwind of a week. I haven't forgotten about you. We are still wrestling buddies. We are still attack. It's okay. It's okay.
You mean it, mister?
I mean it. We'll be the tag team champions someday, Howard. When we're done wrestling each other, we'll start wrestling the other guys.
You cross your
and the other
heart
ladies
forever.
That's
Please.
right. We are a tag team forever.
Will you do you swear it upon a copy of David Lee Roth's Crazy from the Heat?
Now that's the sacred book right there. That's a book Trump isn't signing. But yes, I swear on a copy of David Lee Roth's Crazy from the Heat, I swear that we're together forever, man. We are Dom Toretto and
me.
Brian.
That's what's tight. We're bros.
We're family. More
That's
importantly
what
than
X-Pac
anything else.
told Kane.
That's right. And you know what? X-Pac never betrayed Kane, did he?
Oh, I forgot. I guess I remember.
You forgot.
That's
Good.
a Mandela effect right there.
That damn Mandela effect there. Yeah. If X-Pac didn't betray Kane, why would I ever betray my Uncle Howard? Even though he doesn't lend me his Miatas on the weekend, and I don't forget that. I mean, on the weekday. I apologize.
Well, during the weekday, you're at work, and I'm usually trying to find the most remote recycling center with the most unguarded cash box.
You and the General are always up to your get-rich slow schemes, I have to say. It's
we
very
get rich
entrepreneurial
slow,
of you.
and we get poor fast, but we have a hell of a lot of good fun doing it.
Well, I believe it was DMX who said "Get rich or die trying." So you're definitely trying to do both, and you're succeeding at one at least. So
DMX is very lucky that he did not try to become a musician in 2019 because a lot of the things he said were...
He's not a very PC guy.
No, there's a lot of people who he won't even shake the hand of. I believe almost up to 10% of the U.S. population.
Did he say he wouldn't shake the hand of somebody? Who? You can recite a line.
Oh, I don't think I probably should.
Maybe you should. On second thought.
Now that I think about it, I think the line in question has about 4 words that I can't say.
Jesus Christ. Jesus,
DMX
Howard
once
Christ.
went to prison, and then he got in more trouble in prison because he assaulted a prison guard with the food tray.
Jesus. So
DMX, friend to the show!
DMX, friend to the show, enemy of the state, which is the movie I'm picking today. Enemy of the state. Just kidding. No, I'm picking the Butterfly Effect. We had Enemy of the State before, actually. I am picking the Butterfly Effect because you are a person. We all know you have the time stone. You don't have control of it, but you have it. We know this. The Butterfly Effect shows a movie, and it's much like Jesus Christ, that one movie, the Project Almanac.
Oh.
Project Almanac. Those kids go back in time to like retake
Based
tests
on a true
and
story.
Based on a very true story, where a kid finds a camcorder from the future that recorded his birthday that he attended somehow. I mean, that he saw himself attend. Regardless, mine is the Butterfly Effect. It stars Ashton Kutcher. It's a smart movie.
A+K on Twitter. Give him a follow.
Fuck him. He should follow me.
Funny man.
He should follow me.
Very funny man. Check out Jobs if you haven't seen it already.
That's a comedic role, right? Ashton Kutcher and Jobs. The movie's so nice they had to make it twice with somebody else.
Michael Fassbender.
Is that they picked Magneto?
Notoriously big dick in real life.
Yo, I bet.
The only British man with a big dick, Michael Fassbender.
Is Michael Fassbender big star, big dick, right?
Yeah, that's what they say.
Is Michael Fassbender Magneto as well?
He is Magneto as well, and he's the guy in the Mike Myers starring film Inglourious Bastards who gets killed for not knowing that Germans say 3 with their fingers one way and not the other way.
Oh, fuck.
And then he's like, I'll go out speaking the Queen's English then.
I don't remember that. I remember B.J. Novak was there in that movie.
Do you remember Eli Roth, the Bear Jew?
The Bear Jew. Yeah, I do, because I was like, okay, we have the same patches of back hair pattern, me and Eli Ross. Now, he'd be a great wrestling partner.
Now, they used to call me the Bear Jew, but then I realized I was not technically aware of my genetic heritage. So if I may interject a small footnote into our usual bit here, we were talking about family last week, and I bought the both of us 23andMe kits, and you just need to put some of your DNA in this little test tube, and then we'll mail it in. And I certainly have put a number of sources of my own DNA in my test tube, so I made
You only needed saliva.
Apparently you only needed saliva, but I made sure they were covered from all ends and all angles.
How very nice of you.
So you've spit in your little test tube, and we're going to mail it in, and we'll have results soon.
I can't wait to find out more.
I can't wait for my baby boy Shitprol to finally learn who his daddy truly is.
It will be on the record that Shitprol69 is he's a Howard. He's a Howard Schulman, or whatever your last name is.
Who can remember anymore?
Who can remember? Your Uncle Howard. You're everybody's
Howard,
uncle.
America's uncle.
So yeah, my movie was The Butterfly Effect. You remember that?
Very smart film.
Once you do something, it changes everything.
Yeah, of course it does.
No, but I mean, like, you could break a branch, and that changes the whole landscape. I mean,
yeah,
you should know. You've seen like 3 presidents. You've jumped back and forth with the time stone.
That's true, and in fact, I've seen every alternate ending of The Butterfly Effect, including the ones that weren't released in Earth 616, where we currently live.
Yeah, that is true. Now, The Butterfly Effect. Now, is that Brittany Murphy? Is she in there? Because God rest her soul if she is. I have to look that up.
My goodness gracious golly. If only I had looked at this movie up instead of Behind Enemy Lines. Because that's what I thought of when you said Enemy of the State.
Oh, God. We were trying to do... I'm sorry. I messed that up. I apologize.
No. I was happy to be reminded of one of Gene Hackman's finest roles.
That's true. Gene Hackman was a great... he was a great in Willy Wonka.
You know who was in The Butterfly Effect?
Who?
The great Amy Smart.
Oh, you see, if it's not Brittany Murphy...
Crank and Crank 2.
I love Amy Smart. Crank and Crank 2 High Voltage.
Crank 2 High Voltage, and I'll tell you, I cranked it, and I cranked 2 High Voltaged it both times to everybody in every one of those movies, including the guy with the full body Tourette's.
Now, would you... I'm sorry to interrupt. Now, in Crank 2, or is it Crank 1? No, Crank 2, he needed to create friction. So he made the sex with Amy Smart in the middle of a NASCAR field.
No,
and everybody
horse
cheered
race.
On. It was a horse race. I'm sorry.
And
I haven't seen
a horse jumps over them, and Amy Smart, while she's getting fucked, in slow motion watches the horse's dick pass over the two of them. And it is the finest moment in all of cinema. And if I may reveal a strange shoot peek behind the curtain, I watched this movie with my shoot mother, and she laughed her fucking ass off at that
Hell
scene.
Yeah. Hell yeah. That is great. That is great. I saw it twice. I can't
prouder of a mother.
All I remember was the guy's head in the fish tank. Chef Chelios.
Fuck off, Chelios.
Chelios.
Crank and Crank 2 are probably the most Uncle Howard films that have ever been filmed.
Was Bai Ling, did she return in Crank 2?
Yes, I believe she does return in Crank 2, and is just
what a Crank 2 historian you are.
Oh, well, and in fact, I've seen many movies also made by the Crank and Crank 2 boys. They made, I think, Ghost Rider 2, Spirit of Vengeance, and I think they were also involved in Drive Angry 3D.
Drive Angry, holy shit. Who was... Let me look that up. I'm sorry.
I will tell you everybody who is in Drive Angry 3D right now. You have great, the god, the king, the emperor of all time, Nicolas Cage. Nicolas Coppola, as I call him. I know him in real life. I'm the one who sold him the island. You also have Amber Heard, a.k.a. Mrs. Johnny Depp.
Oh my! You're gonna get me real trouble there, pal.
Mrs. Elon Musk, and you also have the very bewitching William Fichtner.
So you got an all-star cast.
You've got three of the greatest of all time.
Drive Angry. That is so dope. Now, I saw Stolen with Nicolas Cage once.
No.
That was like the response to Taken.
Mhm.
Like, oh. But, like, I guess what was stolen was both his daughter and his money. And like, he's running in New Orleans. Yeah, and his innocence. That was a dope movie.
The New Orleans one. Is that... Wait, there's a movie he made in New Orleans, or set in New Orleans, where I think, like, his wife gets killed or his wife is assaulted or something, and then this guy comes up to him. Yeah. Oh, and it's with Guy Ritchie. It's really good. It's a great movie, actually. And January Jones.
Welcome to Flavor Country.
January Jones. Now, that's what I call a baby New Year. Now...
Yeah.
Anyway, it was a good movie.
New Year. Jesus Christ.
I got way off topic. You convinced me to have a shot of the old Don Draper with you, and I got a little antsy in my pantsies.
Right. No, okay. I gotta see Drive Angry. I mean, there's so much I haven't seen.
Drive Angry is one of my favorite movies. I saw it in the movie theater with our good friend Brenda, the bartender.
Oh my God, that makes it all the better. I want to have her back so we can describe. I mean, that's the thing about the cinema, and that's why I'm with Spielberg. You can't take away the excitement.
Movie-going experience.
Netflix, they have drops, much like a drug dealer. Movies just drop. They just drop. Oh, this dropped on Netflix. Well, you know what? Somebody better pick it up.
Well, you know,
that's a laugh track there.
People love to binge on Netflix. Well, last I checked, binging is part of gluttony, and gluttony is one of the 7 deadly sins. And maybe you'd know that if you saw 7 in theaters with the greatest actor of all time, Kevin Spacey.
No.
It's okay, he gets killed in it!
Oh, okay, good. Or you know that if you read the Bible, which is, or one signed by Trump.
Starring Kevin Spacey.
Yes. So, check out 7. Check out Enemy of the State. Check out Drive Angry.
Bible. Yeah.
I get a Trump Bible off eBay. Why is it getting flack for that?
Well, I don't understand why. I finally think there's something cool about the Bible, and it's the fact that Trump evidently knows what it is.
I've heard of the Bible. Such a long book. I'll never read it.
I have tremendous respect for the Bible. Next question.
Are we pro-Bible on this show?
I think if I don't know what your opinion is of the Bible, but here's my take. If you're a person going around saying what you think about what other people are doing because of the Bible stuff, then you better know everything in the Bible, including all of the stuff about who begat who and the king who got stabbed because he was fat.
Yeah, you better know the stories of the obese
the wise
son.
Men and the obese son and all that shit.
Right.
You don't get to pick and choose. You live by every single weird rule.
It's a lot of contradictory stuff, though, and it's a pretty racist book.
It is racist. They never once mention white people.
And you know, you know what? It's not even racist. Yeah, in the good way.
No,
whatever that is.
Well, like if you say I'm not even racist, that's what's so insane about this. That's the good way of being racist.
That's the good way.
We've
determined on this show that Michael Richards, yes, the contents of what he said was racist. However,
but he is not racist.
Yes, and because he said he wasn't.
Mm-hmm.
And if we don't have our word, what do we have?
Why?
What is a nation of liars then?
Just look at little Nicholas Sandman from Covington Catholic. He always told us he wasn't racist, and now apparently we agree he isn't.
I don't know if I agree with that.
He said he wasn't, but can you take the word of a boy? I only take the word of a man.
That's true. That's why I don't trust Nick Weiger and Mike Mitchell that much.
Nick Weiger and Nick Sandman.
Nicks off
the same old block.
Right. Oh, Jesus, Howard Christ, I should say.
G-H.
Anyways, I did want to mention my recent, I guess, stumble into success. I will put it like that. Is that okay, Howard? Can I mention it a little bit?
Let's get into this.
I just want to get the cat out of the bag. I don't really want to dwell on it or anything like that. It's been a whirlwind, and it's been fun. And I'm speaking from the heart here. The support has been pretty dope. From the real bedheads and Bug Family and Bazizio. That's been dope. I don't care about everybody else except the Richard Grieco follow, because we just bought a hot tub owned by Richard Grieco that he sold us the other day. And I'm pretty pumped about that. So
that's true. He's a good man, and not a beautiful man, but a good man.
Right. He's the one who should have been famous instead of Johnny Depp. That much we know for sure. And we're not going to talk about Johnny Depp because I didn't read the headline to that story at all. Did you?
But no, is there something more than just that he's bad and bad?
I think Amber Heard was supposedly lying. I don't know if that's true or not.
You got to believe the women.
No, it's not.
She wasn't lying. She wasn't lying. There's no way. Johnny.
You know what? And
Johnny
somehow,
Depp's
even if
one of those
was,
guys. He's like, hold up here, hold up. I got something to say about this guy. Johnny Depp is there first. Well, let me back it up just one quick second here. Richard Grieco, he voiced Ghost Rider, who was played by Nicolas Cage. It all comes back together. Okay.
Dope.
Anyway, Johnny Depp is one of those guys who he's been living so far outside of the realms of normalcy. He's like a Prince or Prince, but Prince wasn't bad, so not him. But he was out of control. But he was out of control in a way that was acceptable. Like a Michael Jackson, like a character who they've never had a chance to have normalcy. Now that is not forgiveness for what they have done, but it is an explanation. Johnny Depp is that much of an outsider freak that he doesn't know what you can do. Now, does that mean he shouldn't be thrown away? No, it means he should be extra thrown away, and everyone who ever taught him this way should also be thrown away. But with that said, Johnny Depp is basically not a human, so fucking whatever.
Fuck him, whatever, man. Who gives a shit about Johnny Depp? John Depp. Take a hike, man. Who gives a shit?
Johnny. Hello, I'm Johnny Depp. I'm talking with an accent, even though I'm from Baltimore, and I live in France, and I love my little rollies, my hand-rolled cigarettes.
Hey, I'm a pirate now. Ooh, but I'm flamboyant. That's my Johnny Depp.
He was like kind of the ambiguously gay pirate. Well,
shit, that's it.
About 20 years beforehand, Goldust was an ambiguously gay wrestler.
Damn, yo, straight up, Goldust over Johnny Depp.
Yeah,
Goldust over Johnny Depp any day of the week. You tell me Johnny Depp just changed the game with Edward Scissorhands and some other bullshit Goldust touched Savio Vega's nipples and kissed Ahmed Johnson and grabbed his crotch.
He grabbed Razor Ramon's dick.
Goldust grabbed Razor Ramon's dick. How are you going to be Johnny Depp changed the game? Yeah. He was an ally, possibly. Definitely not.
There's no way Johnny Depp has been an ally of anything except probably early times bourbon.
That's true. That was really eloquent of you, Howard. I have to say
I didn't know I hated Johnny Depp as much as I did till I started talking, and then I was so mad that I had a little interlude in the middle of it, and I still got back to the right topic.
But you were fair.
I was fired up.
But you were fair. You mentioned his upbringing and product of his environment, and that's not an excuse.
It is
not.
Man,
we're a progressive show. We're a smart show.
I'd like to see the Doughboys deal with Johnny Depp.
Yeah, they would. Yeah. Oh my God. If Johnny Depp showed up, they would probably say Transcendence was great because he lived inside of a computer in that movie.
Yeah, they love when people live in. That's why.
Have you seen Transcendence? Mike
Mitchell's favorite movie is Lawnmower Man.
No. No, that's not his favorite movie. Have you seen Transcendence?
No, I'm afraid I have missed.
I did see it actually, and So basically, what you have here, he's like a scientist, if I remember correctly, and he creates a machine, and then he dies.
His family in it or something. Yeah.
No, he puts his brain in it. So I think Vision from the Avengers was in it.
Oh, that's one of my favorite robot men.
Does Vision have a dick? That's the big question.
Well, he's dicking out Elizabeth Olsen, apparently.
That's true. So he's got to have a dick.
And he can make his dick as dense as the center of the earth.
I don't think it needs to be that big, though.
No, it would stay the same size. It would just become that dense.
Jesus Christ.
Because he can alter his density, remember? That's his weird power.
That's his power? That's Vision's power?
He can fly around, he can shoot a laser out of his eyes, and then he can either become like a ghost, like the enemy Ghost in Ant-Man, or he can become as dense as a sun's heart.
That's true. He can become a ghost. I forgot about that. That's not really mentioned too often.
He'll always
Vision...
put his just hand through you and then just be like, "Don't make me crush your bones." Vision sucks.
Yeah, garbage. I put paprika in the stew I made for you. That's all I remember from Civil War.
That's
I made
more
paprika.
than I remember from Civil War.
That's more. They tried to make a smart movie and they failed, and that's why Phantom Menace is better than Civil War, because they knew how to do politics. That's a fact. That's a shoot. I guess I didn't want to go into the premieres, but I do genuinely want to say the support's been dope as shit. And ain't shit changed. I'm still teaching every fucking day. Some people act like I'm a hotshot part due here.
Yeah, it turns out you don't make a lot of money just from having a Twitter account.
No, apparently not. Apparently not. But what can you do? What can you do? Anyways, we do need some money making ideas, and I made sure I recorded those episodes of Shark Tank for you. And do you have anything for me that we could perhaps turn some dum-dums ideas into a big load of green?
Well, of course. I am actually not so much interested in pitching ideas as I would like to put a pitch out there of my own, I suppose, to all of the hashtag bedheads listening.
Okay.
I would like them all to make pitches towards me on Twitter. And we'll tell you our Twitter names at the end if you don't already know.
That's true.
And well, I'll just say now because this is the segment. My Twitter name is MiataGuy4. That's the number, and you, that's the letter. MiataGuy4. Pitch me your best big business ideas, and I will address them on our next episode.
Yeah. That's a dope segue right there. We're going to get some big money ideas. That's what I found out. Rich people, they don't do anything. They just take other people's ideas.
Rich people don't get out of bed for anything less than $1 million. Is
that DMX as well? Did you say that?
I don't know if DMX even knows what money is.
Damn. You know who do know what money is? Is that a sentence? William H. Macy and Lori Loughlin.
Oh,
Aunt Becky.
Aunt Becky and the wildest hog of all. They're in the news more than ever, and of course it's because I linked them up with some of the admissions counselors at the University of Southern California.
Howard, what are you doing?
Well,
no.
Their admission counselor owed me a significant amount of money, but he didn't have any, and I knew that Lori Loughlin's child was inadequate, kind of a dum-dum, and
kind of a nitwit, bird brain.
I linked them up, and next thing you knew, I got my poker debts paid back.
Hey!
Lori Loughlin's Instagram influencer daughter got to be humiliated.
A win-win.
Everyone's
essentially
happy, especially me.
Now, William H. Macy got to prove he is the wildest hog of them all. It pays to be a computer nerd sometimes. I never thought I would say that.
You used to think that computer nerds were just a bunch of uptight squares with their pocket protectors and four-eyed sunglasses and all of that kind of stuff. Real Rick Moranis types. But now you gotta admit that, hey, maybe nerds are the cool ones after all.
I wouldn't go that far. I would not go that far.
Tony Stark built a robot computer suit.
True. That is a good point.
Hey.
That is a good point.
Now, Tony Stark is probably the least powerful Avenger, though.
What was his line? Billionaire philanthropist playboy was his rebuttal to not having powers. Yeah, but have you made a suit you can fuck yet, Tony? Because if not, what have you been doing for the perverts?
Maybe
all
there's
technical...
a fleshlight built into the Iron Man suit.
Shit. Can Iron Man create a fleshlight? The perfect fleshlight for the perfect nut? That's what I want to know. Can Iron Man create a dope fleshlight?
Iron Man owes the world the perfect nut.
Iron Man, make the world a fleshlight.
Do you think in the world of comic books where everyone is just amazing, like, and even like your usual just like cop can bound easily over an exploding car or whatever people are always doing in these movies, in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, is everyone an incredible athlete?
Wow, I never thought of that. Well, Don Cheadle doesn't have legs in the Marvel Universe anymore. He has robot legs, right?
Yeah. See?
He's got robot legs.
And our dear departed Stephen Hawking never had robot legs, so...
It's really messed up.
Plus one for Marvel Cinematic Universe.
No. That's a negative one, because if the Iron Man can create legs for his friend, Rhodey, why didn't he say, hey, you know who might need these more, or at least before you?
The people
Stephen
of
Hawking,
Venezuela.
who's never been able to walk. What's up?
I was going to say the people of Venezuela, if he was a real hero.
The people of Venezuela, who are the real heroes, who we know what's happening in Venezuela. We're not stupid. But Tony Stark didn't do anything for Venezuela. He could have helped. Why didn't Tony Stark give Stephen Hawking legs? Howard, do you know?
I think they were rivals in a lot of ways.
That's true.
Two of the greatest geniuses. So
that's a legitimate point.
you're not going to be, you look at, say, Mark Cuban. He's not going to be telling Barbara Corcoran all of his best ideas. Little Shark Tank stuff.
Little Shark Tank reference for everybody there. You know what I hate about Shark Tank? I always get those Manscaper ads. It's always the people shaving their pubes and don't you hate it when you shave your pubes and your razor falls in the toilet? That's not relatable. I don't know what you're trying to pitch to me, Shark Tank here, but look, having a lot of pubes, sure, relatable, almost to an actual problem I have. Shaving them and having the razor fall into the toilet, no, not necessarily, because I go to the backyard for that.
I always shave my balls with them dangling in the toilet water, so it's not
That's
an
right.
issue.
It's very soothing that way, isn't it?
Nothing moistens and cools better.
Yeah, you just
Toilet
splash of water.
Yeah. That's what they call eau de toilette.
The toilet. Why else did they call the best smelling perfumes that? Eau de toilette. The WCW perfume was eau de toilette. So, what else do you need to know? What else do you need to know? Speaking of perfumes, when, we always, gotta douse ourselves in some nice cologne. I once had a boss, when he went to Vegas, his first and only time, he went to the restroom where there was a bathroom attendant, and, he asked the guy, hey, douse me in that Dolce & Gabbana cologne. Yeah. And the guy douses him a bit, and he's like, get me in the back. And then he turns to him and says, there's nothing ladies love more than Dolce & Gabbana and my thick Italian accent. And I thought that was the coolest thing. That was a cool thing. And I thought, he must have been going to an orgy if he's wearing that Dolce & Gabbana cologne and he's got that thick Italian accent. he's got to be going to an orgy. It's Vegas, baby.
Well, it's funny you mention orgies because, first of all, I've been to a number of Italian orgies in my time and participated in none of them.
Very upsetting.
And two, I wanted to talk about orgies because I wanted to say what my movie of the night was.
Yeah, let's get to the movie tonight, 35 minutes in.
35 minutes in, my movie is Eyes Wide Shut. Now,
probably the premiere orgy.
yeah, now, first of all, I haven't been able to stop thinking about, I mean, is it just me, or are we all just obsessed with Tom Cruise and Nicole Kidman? I mean, can you say hashtag goals? These two are probably the best and most relatable, hashtag relatable couple of all time. So they've been running wild in my mind, and it turned out they starred together in this film. It's a film, it's not a movie, so that's the first thing I want you to get through your head. All you dum-dums out there, this is a film, and it is a movie that doesn't make a lick of sense, but it does make a lot of licks, if you know what I'm saying.
Oh, no.
There's a lot of orgies in this film, Franklin. You're not going to believe your eyes. Your eyes aren't going to be wide shut. They're going to be wide open when you watch all 2 hours, 40 minutes of this fine film. 5 stars, check it out. 3 thumbs up and a dick in my own mouth when I'm watching this movie.
Wow, that's a heavy endorsement of Eyes Wide Shut.
It's the best movie I've ever seen. And it's inspired me that I think we need to have our own.
I agree. You know, my oldest sister took me to this movie when I was 14. That, like, fucked. She took me to see this movie at 14. I'm like, you know, I kind of want to see The Phantom Menace for a third time. And she's like, nah, we're seeing Eyes Wide Shut. And it was creepy.
You know what is wild about this is just today I was thinking, and I forgot until right now, that the movie I was going to pick tonight was based on a Spanish movie called Open Your Eyes, or Abra su ojos. And it also starred Tom Cruise. I was thinking of picking Vanilla Sky this morning.
Again!
Which also had a lot of sex in it.
Oh, did it? I haven't seen it before.
Well, there's some, and there's a part where Cameron Diaz is like, I even sucked your dick, and then they crash the car.
Damn.
And that's when he has to wear a weird mask.
I know My Name is Earl's in it.
Yeah, he sure is.
Is that when he had to start doing favors because he felt so bad of all the bad things he's done?
Yeah. That was...
Shortly after Vanilla Sky.
Yeah, that was when he was like, oh, whoops. And it was... First he made the skateboarding videos. Then he was in Vanilla Sky. Then he converted to Scientology. And then he started paying restitution.
And that's when he's like, you know what? I got to make a list.
Yeah.
My name is Earl. That was it. Huh?
Yeah, he started over again.
So wait, Jason Lee and Ethan Suplee are Scientologists?
Yeah, and Jason Suplee is also
Ethan.
Ethan. He's also
Boy Meets
in
World?
Eyes Wide Shut, I think.
Ethan Supplee's in Eyes Wide Shut?
No, I lied to you.
No.
He was in The Butterfly Effect. I'm looking at too many Wikipedia pages all at the same time.
We shouldn't do this too much. When we've had some Ray Liotta tequila. I'm not gonna lie.
We've had some Don Drapers.
You know,
we've
Don
invented
Draper
a new
lifestyle.
kind of Don Draper where you pour some Ray Liotta tequila in a just big, heavy glass and
full of ice.
Pound it down.
You know, when you have a shot, you know, it's a matter of savoring it. You know, it's like, this is so good. Halfway down, you're like, oh, I want some more. There's nothing horrible about taking a shot of vodka or tequila. It's like, this is so good. It's so savor, you know, you just so savor every drop, you know? That's how I feel.
Yeah, I couldn't.
Anyways, so you're talking about planning an orgy. Our first successful orgy. All right.
And, you know, as I said, I've observed orgies before. I've never participated. I'm not even sure I've wanted to before, but now now that I've seen the more glamorous side of it, I'm more interested.
Local orgy historian Uncle Howard That's what I would refer to you as here.
I
You
do.
are an orgy historian.
I am an orgy historian. I can still recount, the days of the 2009 Daytona orgy, the 1974 Boca Raton orgy, and of course, all true orgy heads out there know about the December 6, 1967 Coral Gables orgy. I
That's
brought us
the,
here to that same exact site because I thought
That's the
some
cream of
that
the crop.
energy- That's the one that's still spoken of today on all of the internet message boards and the few remaining print publications.
That's right. In a bodybuilding forum, you could actually find a good topic on the Coral Gables orgy, rarely spoken of. So I feel like if we were to do an orgy, we would do it the right way. First off, big mistake is sometimes ugly people get invited. Well, what my suggestion is, first you meet at a neutral location, and everybody who's there for the orgy wears a rose in their pocket. So we can go to a Subway and make sure everybody there's wearing a rose, and then we don't select the uggos. And that's big.
How do you select
Then-
them? You just walk up and put them on the train?
You give them the golden ticket, my friend. Where do you think the idea of the golden ticket came from? A chocolate factory?
Did you
Do
get the
really believe
idea
that?
of roses from The Bachelor?
I did get the idea of roses from The Bachelor. Where else would I get it from, man? Come on. Where else would I possibly get that idea from? I'm just trying to weed out. If we're having an orgy, there's nothing sadder than a bunch of uggos. And you know what? There's nothing sadder than a weak buffet at an orgy, too. Because that's
You
what Eyes Wide
gotta
Shut
have
miss.
a good spread.
You got to have ding-dongs, ho-hos, 2 liters of Pepsi, multiple, you know.
Have ho-hos, ding-dongs, snowballs, Suzy Q's, cupcakes, powdered donuts, Twinkies, I guess, just because they're the iconic Hostess brand.
And it's an entendre as well, if there's
Yeah.
going to be,
There's going to be a little Twinkies.
Christ. Jesus Christ. Oh, Lord. What have we become, Howard? This is a smut show now? This is a smut hour?
This
is a s-
one I know goes away in
Do you think
Trent
think Johnny
Reznor
Cash is-
will be performing at, no, Johnny Cash is no longer with us. He was murdered. But Trent Reznor is, so he will perform his cover of Johnny Cash's Hurt.
Is that our opening for our orgy?
Yeah.
So we have an opening act for an orgy.
It's true.
First we meet at Subway. We collect the specimens that are worthy of being there. We watched an opening act. We dine, we feast on some proper food.
Yeah.
Even the Doughboys, if they want to sponsor our first orgy,
They're welcome
I'm willing to
to.
extend the olive branch. They're more than welcome to.
Doughboys, we need 500 extra big bags of Sour Patch Kids.
I'm sure you can find them easily.
That's the
from
only
them.
food I eat these days.
We both
Doctor's
have
orders.
You go on.
Oh, I had a bad case of a sour kid deficiency.
Well, I'm glad you're stocking up and eating more of them. We both have the palates of children in many ways, I have to say. It's
If
pretty
the
sad.
food ain't beige, we ain't gonna phage it. Phage
Jesus
based on the
Christ.
Greek word for eat.
That's right.
Yeah.
You are an intellectual,
I'm
Howard.
a man of letters.
So, what would our invite list look like for an orgy? I'm thinking first off, my new friend Richard Grieco from If Looks Could Kill on 21 Jump Street. This would be more like 21 Hump Street.
Now
Am I
that's
right?
what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah.
21 Hump Street. Is that the name of the title of
That's
this
the name
episode?
of our. That's the name of our orgy.
21 Hump Street. Yeah. One of my
Uh,
favorite ages, by the way.
Oh, they only like. Wait, what? Okay.
Nope, joke.
uh,
Joke. I love old women. They're terrific.
We love. Hey, I'll eat except Nana's.
Except that. Whoa, yeah, whoa. This ain't your Nana's podcast, folks.
Hashtag.
This ain't your Nana's podcast. You know what?
2019's first podcast.
And, you know, I have an issue with Sleeves playing our podcast at retirement homes. He needs to stop that immediately. Immediately.
He's gonna
if you're
make
blasting
me
us,
roll up my sleeves and give him a big ass
Noogie?
kicking.
oh, that's pretty aggressive. I thought just give him a warning noogie at least.
Oh, that's how I kick someone's ass, is with one of the most warning-ish noogies of all time.
You give some mean noogies, you know. At least it's not an awful waffle, so he can be grateful.
Yeah.
You
he
ever
should
familiar
be
with the awful waffle,
grateful.
Howard?
No. Catch me up on it.
The awful waffle is from Salute Your Shorts, and it was always something that was alluded to. What one could predict. You gotta watch Salute Your Shorts, Howard.
And when I think about you,
Oh, you
it
know
makes
it.
me wanna fart.
Hey!
It's
Get the
never
lyrics
wanna
right or
fart.
pay the
Get it right
price.
or pay the price.
Now we have spent a lifetime of the fondest memories. Okay, I guess we're done.
Hey, dude. I'm sorry, I didn't know anymore.
Is that the
I started
other
thinking
show?
about our friend
Maybe.
Torres.
Joe Torres, we found the mission accomplished, just
Yeah.
like George W.
George W.
It's mission accomplished
One
when
of
he
the best
solved the
men
Iraq
I've
War.
ever met in my life.
You know, he sent us $300 once.
He
That was
did.
cool as shit.
Yeah, it was an economic stimulus, but it
Package?
also was my dick's stimulus.
Oh, Lord. You had your own stimulus package, didn't you, Howard?
I fucked that money.
Howard, you legitimately, and this is a shoot, people. Not that anything we say is a lie, because it ain't. But you have an autograph of Dick Cheney you got like 9 years ago.
That's
or
true.
No, even longer.
That's true. I went to whitehouse.gov. Well, it was even longer because Dick Cheney was not vice president 9 years
It's
ago.
even longer. Yeah. Over a decade. Have we known each other that long?
Yeah, I guess. Well,
I mean, we've been
I'm your
have we
uncle,
been
so
Of course, duh.
What the fuck are you talking about? No, time doesn't work in normal lines
doesn't.
for us, so it doesn't
No, it
matter.
doesn't. That's why I asked
Yeah.
a very clear
It's
question.
true. I knew you during the Carter administration, but not during the George W. Bush administration.
Strange.
It's-
So bizarre.
It's the time stone. I'm not good at it. I'd say I'm not good at it yet, but since time is always and also never for me, there is no such thing as yet. Yeah, there on White House Gov, there was a thing where it was just like, email the vice president, and it was just a, like kind of autofill form, like when you want to tell, Gillette or Uber you're mad at them, and no one's ever actually going to read it. So I filled it out and I wrote, "Dear Mr. Vice President," and then I used a ton of commas and said, "Keep up the good work," and then in quotation marks I wrote, "Bro," and then I just don't know why, but I just wrote my address. I figured they knew it anyway, and and sent it off. And a couple weeks later, I got an autographed image of Dick Cheney.
That's dope. Do you still have it?
No, I don't think I do anymore because I at some point got mad about politics. But now I wish I had it because there's no point.
No, it's so brilliant though. It's so cool that you got Dick Cheney's autograph at one point.
I wish I had. I think it wasn't real though because it seemed kind of like digitized. But also that guy, if anybody's gonna have kind of a digitized signature, it's probably Dick Cheney.
Right. It's amazing he's alive.
Yeah. Well,
Like,
he's got a heart
Shit.
of gold.
He's got a heart of gold. That's how he's able to live so long. When you have a good heart, it's like only the bad die young. That's what we all know. That's the saying, right?
Yeah.
Only
I
the
love
bad die young.
gold.
I love gold. Oh man, I had to.
You sounded a lot like Elon
Gold
Musk
member?
right there.
I don't like Goldmember no more. He ain't my friend. Do not mention the Goldmember, 'cause I'm mad, and Unky Howard,
Pissed
Dr.
off.
Evil's pissed off. I'm pissed off. That's a trademark term. I am mad and pissed off. I've licensed it, Howard. Deal with it.
Dr. Evil, how come we never hear you talk about Fat Bastard anymore?
He didn't show up to the Goldmember premiere. I took that personally. I did not
That's-
like that very much. He went on to pursue a sumo career. A freaking sumo?
That's
and
right.
he lost the weight?
He wrestled Big Show at that one WrestleMania.
That's very true. He won. Respect where respect is due. Fat bastard beat the Big Show at WrestleMania. I saw the Big Show's butt cheeks. Talk about the full moon. Total
That's
eclipse.
no moon.
Okay, guys. Dr. Evil, do you have anything substantial to add? Or
That
are
was
you
a
just
lot of
here?
references between the
Yeah,
two of us.
are you just here to mouth off to Howard for some reason and steal his quote? I'm here to say I don't like your success, and Uncle Howard, I am willing to invest a lot of moolah in whatever good ideas you get next week. Capiche?
So it looks like next week the panel of sharks will be Uncle Howard and Dr. Evil.
But they
Who's
don't
gonna
have
make
freaking lasers! You're talking Shark Tank. Why do you watch that show? It doesn't have sharks with freaking laser beams.
They have Mr. Wonderful.
I can do it. All right. Bye. Thank you, Dr. Evil, for
Bye.
coming.
Bye.
Yeah. Oh, is that a trademark? Another
Yeah.
another Uncle Howard original here?
Bye. I'm buying you.
That's nice. That's very nice. So anyways, Howard, the internet turned 30. That's a headline we have written down here.
The-
Why did
turn
we
30? Well, I'm no longer interested in the internet.
Well then. I hate it.
I'm way too proud of myself for that one.
Yeah, I was telling Bugbane something similar like that once as a joke, obviously, because I mean, look at Helen Mirren though. That's
Now
a woman
that's a
I would love to date her.
juicy Tomato.
That's a juicy tomato.
I'll tell you
Her in a
something, some
bikini.
tomatoes don't have a shelf life at all.
That's true. They stay ripe forever, don't they?
Yeah, they're shelf stable.
They're shelf stable.
Shelf stable tomato.
That's true. If I could backtrack a little bit, we were talking about Stephen Hawking. We were talking. I know his nurse recently is under fire or whatever.
God
We don't hear
bless
much about
her.
him lately. I guess he's keeping it on the DL.
He's keeping
Uh,
it on the DL. He's keeping it just so cool.
We know what happened to Stephen Hawking. He fell off the horse after Superman, and then you have Lex Luthor, who was portrayed by Mark Zuckerberg in Batman vs Superman, and now he's in hot water as well.
He
And
was
it's like,
accused of something very bad.
yeah, what was that?
Oh, I was thinking of the other Lex Luthor, Kevin Spacey from Superman Returns.
Oh, yeah,
With Brandon Ruth.
It's like they didn't listen when Dean Cain said, "I warned you."
It's a cursed
Dean Cain,
franchise.
cursed franchise. It's
Look at
really
Gene
a cursed.
Hackman.
Yeah. What did he do?
Is he
Just
dead?
look at him.
I'm not sure.
Is he?
Let's
Is
see.
Gene
I
Hackman
honestly
dead?
don't know if Gene Hackman.
Yeah,
is
is
dead.
Gene Hackman dead?
He's-
This is what our show has come down to, like Google searches. He's alive and well. He's alive.
He's alive. He might not be well, and I have a feeling he could be murdered at any moment.
So here's what the results I get. Also, people also search for Robert Duvall, Dustin Hoffman, and Elliot Gould. I love Gould.
Who was the first one you said?
I believe Robert Duvall.
Oh, Robert Duvall. He's got to be dead, right?
He's alive. I mean,
No.
I'm not laughing at it. He's alive. Good for him.
It's a
Good
joke.
for him.
The man is alive.
No, that's not a joke. I'm glad he was in The Judge with Iron Man. How cool is that?
Tony Stark himself.
He was, why is Iron Man pretending to be a lawyer? They don't address that in the movie, I bet, huh?
No. Why was Iron Man a British detective for two kind of mediocre movies?
Well, what was it for one movie? Was it
No,
two?
He was in two. There was Sherlock Holmes, and then Sherlock Holmes, like, from the shadows or something.
From the shadows. Was that Ninja Turtles 2 from the shadows or something?
That was Star Trek Into Darkness. You know what Robert Duvall was in 2012? Jack Reacher.
Oh, yeah. I could teach you how to shoot a shotgun, son. That's about all I would imagine he said. He owned the gun shop, right?
Yeah, he did.
You need a little help, Jack. You can't jack it on your own.
Was the fingerless villain.
Oh, shit. Man, Jack Reacher. More good cinema. Ninja Turtles
Never
2 was
back
out of the
down.
shadows. Never back down. Jack Reacher, never back down. The Shadow Recruit, Jack Reacher. Just the Reacherverse.
I'm an
will that
accountant, not a spy.
I'm only human, after all. Don't put your blame on Krasinski. You see, how did the nerd from The Office... You know what? Cinema has to keep
That's
it
what
straight.
I'm saying. Nerds have never been cooler than they are right now.
That bothers me. That bothers me a lot, Howard.
It
You know, it's
shocks
just like-
you.
It shocks me, huh? This shocks you what lies beneath. Oh, man. That Kramer rant, man. Why does that resonate so hard with us, man?
Well, it was, in a lot of ways, it was our 9/11.
What's our 9/11? 9/11, it was a tragic, obviously, but we couldn't quite process it, and it was terrible. We couldn't quite process the magnitude until maybe Julie from The Real World talked about how she was supposed to be on one of the flights. But it got escalated even more in 2005 during our 9/11 when Kramer, somebody who seemed like a class act, dropped bombs of his own.
He
N
did.
bombs.
Yeah, the
And
worst
then-
bomb of all.
And then he made the other revelation, a twist, that although what he said was racist, he in fact
himself
is not.
was not racist. But for
Twist.
the next segment, maybe we take a brief respite so that I can rest my weary eyes.
Yeah, of course. You need to take a piss, Howard?
Yeah,
Me too. Let's take a piss and we'll be right back to close
for
off
the
the show.
longest episode ever.
The longest episode ever.
This is the great Khali. Keep going, make video pillow talk. Franklin. Uncle Howard, it is not for nanas.
Thank you very much for those kind words, Great Khali or Jim Grabowski, whoever we played this week.
One of the two biggest boys in all of wrestling.
So much mass. They've cultivated so much mass, and they cultivated even bigger hearts.
I would
Actually-
love to see them wrestle each other.
The bear hug versus the big chop over the head, huh?
Oh man, the two most devastating moves that you could ever
Absolutely.
dream of.
Absolutely. Actually, I wanted to promote next week's episode where we do take in some of those big investor ideas, but also, I guess I'm going to put you in the spot, Howard. Do you want Harpo on to talk about American Pie? Because he's volunteering.
Hey, this man, he says he's an American Pie expert. Well, then I guess we're going to have to put him to the test. And he
Oh,
can
that's
prove
true.
His
Can he-
muscles.
Yeah. I want to see if you can tell me the Stifler family tree. That's what I want to know. The Stifler family tree.
I pledge to do my best to see all of the American Pie Presents films between now and
Bandcamp?
then.
The Naked Mile.
And
Beta
all-
House.
See, that's a lot. That's a lot more than most
you were
people would
prepared
wanna
to
watch
hear?
in a week. Yeah, a lot.
It's a lot more than I would have thought of. Jesus Christ. There might be like two others as well.
I
The
better see if
Shermanator.
There's an American Pie like mega pack on Pirates Bay.
I love that there's American Pie Presents movies. Why can't one of them be a drama at some point?
I want to remember when the Marvel movies were. Then they were trying to build them as each one was like a different thing, and like Captain America 2 was supposed to be a spy thriller, and
Right.
Ant-Man was supposed to be like a heist comedy, but they're all just the same.
Same thing. They're the same thing. I mean, they're funny and they're delightful romps. I will say that
They're
much.
probably the best movies anybody's ever seen in the entire world.
They really came up with a formula to make something, that even if it's somehow bad, you're still pretty much satisfied when you leave the theater.
Yeah.
You gotta give them credit. Like,
They're the Five Guys of movie franchises.
yeah, I don't understand.
Better than just whatever. And
Yeah.
whatever. Who cares? Hey, you know what you didn't mention? American Pie presents The Book of Love.
The Book of Love. Yeah, I forgot The Book of Love. I think there's a guy named Matthew Lubinski in the movie as a character.
That's funny.
That is funny. Hey, Lube! Check out this book, Lube!
Could you imagine being named Lube? You'd be the laughing house of the entire world. American Pie 8, Hole in One.
Hole in One. What would be some good American Pie Presents movies
the
there?
House.
If we had what would be some custom titles to some fake American Pie movies that could hopefully get made? Yeah.
I wonder, if we live nowadays where everyone's doing mashups of brands and stuff, and it's like a Justin Bieber shirt that looks like the Dead Kennedys or whatever. They would do some just great business with American Pie and like Big Johnson shirts or something.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Big Johnson. I forgot. The Big Johnson
no
shirts
hole
are so
too deep or sloppy for a Big Johnson four-wheel drive truck.
Christ. Jesus Christ.
I am currently downloading American Pie Complete Set 8 movies.
Oh my God. I feel like it's an American Pie movie right there. American Pie presents Sloppy Seconds.
Oh man. That would be
It's the title right there.
American Pie presents Biscuit Party. Something like that.
God, they would do something like that. That's why they're the best. That's why it goes Marvel, American Pie presents, and then Star Wars, I guess. Maybe. Who cares? And then like DC's somewhere below as well.
DC is well below the Wild Hogsverse. That's for
yeah.
sure.
It goes Marvel, American Pie presents, Star Wars, Wild Hogs, and then somewhere way down you have DC, and maybe Shazam will change things though. Did you see the trailer?
I did. It was really cool. I really like how he's like a little kid, but in a grown-up body. That's very original.
And he's Chuck, right?
Yeah, he's also Chuck. He is TV's Chuck.
He's TV's
My God,
Chuck.
I didn't notice that. Man,
Yeah, he's TV's
very
Chuck.
good. Who wouldn't want to watch that?
If you like Chuck, I know everybody who watches Chuck always says, why don't they make this into a 2-hour feature film and a comedy where he's also a child? Now you have your wish. You have your wish.
I've always thought the only problem with Chuck was that he didn't play a super-powered child.
Yeah. He played a nerd, right?
Yeah, he was like a nerd who had... He was basically the Bourne identity, but a nerd instead of...
What a... I can't stand it. I know Reginald Vell Johnson was in the show. Carl Winslow. That's pretty dope, though. Can't front on that.
Too many Urkels on your team. That's why your win's low.
That's true, but we actually got Justice Winslow in the Miami Heat, and he's pretty dope, so don't hate on Justice.
David Justice.
Yeah, with an S, not a C.
No.
Fun fact, yeah. Howard, where can they find you on Twitter?
Oh, on Twitter they can find me at MiataGuy4U. You can guess which is the letter and which is the number from context clues in that I said it earlier. We also have our own Twitter account that we never use, but we really, really, really should. It is Pillow Talk PCast. You can send me a message on Twitter. You can send it on, I guess, just Twitter. And I'll send you stickers. We have stickers. We're making more stickers, I think, hopefully.
We are.
Especially if people want to help us make them look good. And then we'll send them to you, and that would be great. Just send me a message. I'll send you stickers. You can donate money, but we'll send them anyway, because at this point, who cares?
Yeah, we don't care about money. We'll send you stickers.
Yeah, you're rolling in the dough.
Oh, come on. Don't put me like on blast like that. I ain't rolling in nothing. And when I do roll in dough...
rolling in dog ass.
Jeez, yeah, that's probably more accurate, actually, Howard. Obviously, I'm at Bug TV Franklin. That's the only handle that matters. That's me. And you know what? If you have any qualms, if you think me and Uncle Howard ain't serious, ain't in this for the long haul, well, you, quite frankly, can go fuck yourselves.
Yeah.